Today on Rappler, whistleblowers detail Janet Napoles' operations in siphoning pork barrel and the Malampaya funds. The Bureau of Internal Revenue files tax evasion charges against Napoles and her husband. And senators claim 50 million pesos released in 2012 was not a reward for convicting former Chief Justice Corona. Hello, I'm Natasha Gutierrez singing in for Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. The woman at the center of the pork barrel scam allegedly got her hands on other funds too. At the Senate hearing on the pork barrel scam, whistleblowers revealed details of Janet Napoles' operations. Aim Karaig reports.
Janet Napoles is still a no-show, but witnesses say she's present in more ways than one. They say she's involved in bigger scams than the pork barrel. Ben Hurluy and the whistleblowers give the Senate a virtual tutorial how to prepare documents to tap lawmakers' development funds. Luis says Napoles gave legislators their kickbacks in advance. The source, public money from earlier rip-offs.
Sapagat liquid po si Ms. Napoles, kaya niya na magpaluwal. So, pag nakakolekta na po namin, kasi meron siyang pinagkukuhanan po ng pondo, di ba, na sa DAR. So, marami nga po siyang pera. Kaya po pagka-remit na po, since nabayaran na po, kasi may usapan sila, 50% upon listing, then another 50% upon SARO. So, ngayon, mangongolekta na lang kami sa agency. After pag-kolekta sa agency, re-remit na namin kay Ms. Napoles lahat. Kaya yung pagkakolekta po ng buong 10 million na po yun. So hindi na po nagkakaroon ng hatian doon kung paano yun i-split. 900 lang, yun lang po yung na kulimbat po ni Ms. Napoles.
Witnesses say the fund went to ghost deliveries, shocking first-time senators.
At pinalabas ho na yung 900 million ay para sa mga magsasaka na tinamaan po ng bagyong Ondoy. Tama ho ba yun?
Opo, tama po.
So talagang ang nakikita ko dito, Mr. Chairman, ay talagang hindi lamang po ginisa sa sariling mantika ang mamamayang Pilipino, kundi parang hindi doble gisa, triple gisa.
Whistleblowers also testify how Napoles' NGOs easily got funds using fake documents and signatures.
Ako rin po yung tumutulong din po na naliliquidate pag kailangan lang ng mga tao nila. Plus po yun ng mga like po sa example dun sa list of beneficiaries, kami po ni Miss Janet Napoles, Jo Christine Napoles, James Christopher, John Lim, mga kasambahay, ang nagpipirma ng mga list of beneficiaries noong 2009. Kasi po sa sobrang dami, lahat po pati driver, kasambahay, mga gardener, inaabot nga po kami ng mga 12 o'clock o 10 o'clock sa office po sa 2502 Discovery Center.
Napoles and her family own a condo unit at the Ritz-Carlton and the Anaheim Hotel in California. Marina Sula also says Napoles used companies like La Roca Enterprises to acquire properties. Sula adds Napoles has at least 20 properties spread out in Makati to Bulacan, Laguna, Antipolo, and even North Cotabato. The whistleblowers also confirm meeting with the staff of Senators Bong Revilla, Jinggoy Estrada, and Juan Ponce Enrile.
Anong alam niyo, ma'am? Kung ano
Sa
alam
bahay
niyo?
ko lang po kasi hinatid eh.
So, pakiulit lang, ma'am. Sinabihan kayo ni
Miss Janet Napoles na maghatid ng pera sa bahay ni Miss Ruby Tuason.
Okay.
So si Miss Pauline Labayen, si Attorney Richard Cambe, kasi yun lang po yung sa
And si attorney,
si Gigi Reyes po, hindi ko siya po nakausap.
hindi mo siya nakausap.
Hindi
so
po.
hindi
Sorry sir, once lang po kami nag-usap tungkol po yun sa Cohen diet.
Diet.
Opo.
Okay.
Anyway, Mr.
Senators
Chairman,
now
for,
say
you know,
only
for-
the testimony
so
of
that to not
Napoles
muddle
is
now that
missing
this
to
is,
complete the
during
story.
the first
Senator T.G. Gingona points
hearing
out
issue.
she was also absent from the Senate probe into the fertilizer fund scam in 2008,
The request
where
of the
she
Secretary
too
is
was
to be
implicated. From the fertilizer scam to the pork barrel and Malampaya controversies, Janet Napoles evades facing the Senate for the third time. While senators and observers clash on the wisdom of summoning her, they agree it's high time she answers for allegedly squandering taxpayers' money for a life of fame and fortune. Ai Makaraig, Rappler.
The Bureau of Internal Revenue files tax evasion charges against Janet Lim Napoles and her husband Jaime. In a press briefing Thursday, BAR Commissioner Kim Enrile says Napoles' total liability stands at 44.68 million pesos, while Jaime's liability is worth 16.43 million pesos. Enrile says the charges are based on the failure of the couple to file proper income taxes. The agency reached this conclusion on the basis of properties and investments under their names, which are not reflected in the income they declared in the years they were purchased. These include properties in City and Land Mega Plaza, Discovery Center, parcels of land in Pangasinan and Kidapawan City, insurance policies, and vehicles. Enrile says Napoles did not file her income tax return from 2010 to 2012. In all her tax declarations, Napoles listed her job as sole proprietor of merchandising goods, despite claiming her coal business as her source of wealth. Jaime Napoles failed to file his income tax return in the years 2004, 2006, 2008, 2010, 2011, and 2012. Whistleblowers say Napoles owns 30 properties both here and abroad. Rappler reported on 4 Napoles-linked properties in the United States, but another Rappler story shows Napoles' companies reported earnings of less than 1 million pesos. Senator Coco Pimentel wants the Senate to probe anomalies involving other discretionary funds of agencies after a document surfaced that these allocations are being siphoned off by the syndicate Janet Lim Napoles. On Thursday, Pimentel shows a memorandum of agreement between the Department of Agriculture and the local government unit of Surigao del Sur on the release of 10 million pesos of the Organic Agriculture Fund. The document bore the signature of Napoles' nephew John Lim, son of her brother Ronald Francis Lim. The MOA, dated November 2012, says the request for the fund supposedly came from Pimentel's office. He says he never issued the request. The DA is tagged as one of the agencies Napoles colluded with to release lawmakers' PDAF. Whistleblower Ben Hurloy also reveals Napoles has contacts with the DA. In the 2007 Senate investigation into the fertilizer fund scam, also involving the Agriculture Department, Napoles was already implicated.
And reference to other pieces of evidence. So, summa total, I don't really buy that.
With 3 senators facing plunder charges in connection with the pork barrel scam, Gingona says the atmosphere in the Senate would be awkward.
What happens to the senators who are charged with plunder? What if you're seated beside them? How does it feel? Isn't it a bit awkward?
Not a bit, very awkward. Definitely the atmosphere in the Senate will never be the same. How it definitely it will be not the same. There will be a lot of cold. Well, we'll see, but I don't expect it to be friendly.
Senator Miriam Santiago echoes the call of Senator Sonny Trillanes, urging the former Chief of Staff of Senate Minority Leader Juan Ponce Enrile to testify against her ex-boss. Santiago tells lawyer Gigi Reyes to turn state witness after the former staff member said she was betrayed when Enrile's lawyer disowned her act of signing pork barrel documents on behalf of the senator. Enrile, though, later said he was, quote, not out to betray any of his people. Enrile and Reyes are among the 38 individuals charged for the pork barrel scam. Reyes resigned in January at the height of the Senate fund controversy, also involving Enrile. Santiago says it appears Enrile and Reyes are involved in a conspiracy. Reyes allegedly signed endorsement letters as Enrile's authorized representative for NGOs linked to Janet Napoles. Santiago says the burden of criminal liability is on Enrile. At least 2 administration senators say 50 million pesos was released to them after the impeachment trial of Chief Justice Renato Corona in 2012, but adds it was not a reward for convicting him. On Wednesday, Estrada accused the administration of misusing discretionary funds by allocating an additional 50 million pesos to those who voted to convict Corona. Estrada later says the amount was not a bribe, but an appeal. Senator T.G. Gingona says he received an additional 50 million pesos that year, but adds this was done in December after Corona's impeachment trial. He adds if the issue of additional 50 million pesos was to link it to the vote, it is not connected. Senator Alan Cayetano could not immediately confirm if there was extra money released last year, but adds that if there was, everyone must have received it, not just those who voted to convict Corona. Former Senator Panfilo Lacson confirms the offer of a convict Corona incentive was made, but this was announced by Drilon in a caucus, not through a letter. Lacson says he did not avail himself of Drilon's offer. Senator Jinggoy Estrada admits to building a multi-million peso house in high-end subdivision Wakwak Village. Rappler first reported about the house on Wednesday. In a phone patch with reporters Thursday, Estrada confirms he is building the Wakwak house. He says he sold his property in Green Hills to pay for the new house. But the Wakwak house does not appear in Estrada's 2012 Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth, the year he said he started construction. His 2012 SAL-N lists one house under construction in Quezon City, but the Wakwak property is located in Mandaluyong City. The listed current fair market value of Estrada's Green Hills property was 10.9 million pesos. According to his 2010 SAL-N, the lot cost 6.1 million pesos, while the house was valued at 4.8 million pesos. The 3,084 square meter Wakwak house he is building is reported to be worth about 120 million pesos. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, disqualifies Laguna Governor E.R. Ejercito for campaign overspending. In a press release, COMELEC says Ejercito was found to have spent over 6 million pesos in television advertisement alone. Ejercito is allowed to spend only 4.5 million pesos for his campaign in the May 2013 polls. Ejercito, a former 3-term mayor of Pagsanjan, is the nephew of former President Joseph Estrada. Ejercito has 5 days to file a motion to appeal his disqualification. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 4, envoys say the world's major powers make progress on key points of a UN Security Council resolution to destroy Syria's chemical weapons. But more talks between US and Russian negotiators will be needed before suggesting sanctions against Syrian President Bashar al-Assad over his chemical arsenal. One UN diplomat says the Council could vote on a resolution that would allow for a new vote on sanctions if Assad does not honor the disarmament plan. At number 7, a report from the Royal Bank of Canada says Asia will have the world's largest number of millionaires by 2014. The report says the wealth of the region's millionaires will grow by an annual average of 9.8% and reach nearly $16 trillion in 2015. In 2012, Hong Kong's number of millionaires was highest in Asia, with their wealth growing by 37.2%. And at number 9, Russian President Vladimir Putin says the 30 Greenpeace activists apprehended by authorities broke the law in their protest against Arctic oil exploration. Putin tells an international Arctic forum in Salazar that they are not pirates. Piracy would have carried a maximum punishment of 15 years in prison. Greenpeace International Executive Director Kumi Naidu welcomes Putin's statement that the activists, quote, acted purely out of concern for the Arctic environment. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page, which crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories with the most clicks. Let's look at today's mood navigator. A small red circle here on the left is from Rappler's newscast yesterday, September 25, that talked about the privileged speech of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. This has 79% of readers feeling angry and 11% of people feeling annoyed. Right next to it is the sole green circle on the mood navigator. Philippine Church is right despite Pope Francis's comments. This has 74% of people feeling happy and 19% of people feeling annoyed. Over to the right, nothing but red circles. Let's check this one out. Jinggoy building a multi-million peso house in Wakwak. This, of course, was confirmed by him today. This has 77% of readers feeling angry, 8% of people feeling annoyed. Contributing to the mood of the day, all of these stories, today most people are angry. That's Rappler's newscast for today, Thursday, September 26, 2013. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel in our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Natasha Gutierrez. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.